Hi everybody, this is Dr. Swanson welcoming you to COMM 362, Public Relations Writing 1. I'm glad that you're taking this class, and I'm going to use this introduction to tell you a little bit about what to expect as we go on through this online course over the next 16 weeks or so. I hope that one of the first things you will do is get in Titanium and look around. See where everything is, see what the materials are that are in there. Print off a copy of the syllabus. Make sure that you're going to follow that syllabus and calendar so you know exactly what to expect during the semester. I'm a PR guy. I want to lay everything out. I want to put all my cards on the table. That's why I'm a terrible gambler. When I go to Las Vegas, it's like, I don't gamble because I want to put all the cards on the table. And I do that with the syllabus because I want you to see exactly what's going to happen in this class so you know what to expect. One thing I want you to be very clear on, this is an asynchronous online class. That means you can do the class at your own pace. You can look at the materials and you know it's all at your pace, really, not mine, but there are some things that are critical. One of the things that's critical is you've got to spend some time with this class every week. You cannot just let it go for days and come back to it, because we have a variety of different kinds of assignments. We have solo assignments that you'll do on your own. We have team-based assignments that you will do in a team. More about that in a minute. And we have discussion questions, and we have quizzes. All of those things are going on throughout the semester, and so you can't just leave this and walk away from it just because it's online. It's a very serious business. Think of it this way. Public relations writing is like music. Okay, I'm not a musician, but this is as close as I can get to it. This is like music. And musicians, to get good, practice. They practice a lot. They practice almost every day because that's what it takes to be good. If you're trying to play the piano, you don't practice one day and then leave it alone for 10 days and then come back to it. You practice continually. And that's what you should be doing as you learn public relations writing. Another similarity between writers and musicians are always listening to other people. They're listening to other musicians to hear how they do it and what their style is like, and you know they're always listening because they want to learn. And so you as a PR writer, you have to be constantly watching other people's writing. You should be out there on the internet looking at public relations blogs. Find a couple of blogs that you really like and read them. Not only read them for the content, but read them for the way it is expressed. Because just as in music, you know, in music you have a series of notes, but that's not the song. That's just notes. It's the musician's interpretation of the notes that brings out the music. So the notes are not music, it's the notes and the interpretation that become music. And in that sense, in this class, we talk about art and craft. And there are notes, if you will, there are words that writers use, but then there's artistry, there's balance, there's interpretation. And so just as a musician needs to balance and play the notes with artistic interpretation, you as a PR writer have the words and you will use artistic interpretation to convey them in public relations writing. So think of that balance as we move along and spend a lot of time reading. It's really important that you read other people's writings. It's also really important that you read this. This is the book in this class. You must have it. Okay, this is 2012, so it's an older edition. You can probably pick up a 2012 copy of this pretty cheap. You must have this book. You cannot complete this class without it. You must have this book. You cannot complete the class without it. This is the Associated Press Stylebook. Now, this is the 2016 edition. You can have a little bit older version. You could have a 2014 or 2015. That would be okay. There haven't been that many changes. You cannot have a 2008 or a 2005 or a 1997. No, those are too old. So you can have a reasonably older edition of this book. That's okay. These are essential. You cannot do the class without this. Let me tell you about something else too. And this is a mystery to me, but anyway. On the Titanium site, you will find a document I have created. It's called Swanson's Common Copy Errors. It is a list of the mistakes made most frequently by students in this class. I list the mistakes by category. I show how not to do something, and I show how to do it. That document essentially is the answers to many of the questions that will spring up in this class about writing and about form. And it is surprising over the semesters how many students do not use Swanson's Common Copy Errors. I don't know why. If you make the mistakes that are in that document, I will take points off every time. In the summer classes that just ended, I had students drop an entire final grade. They dropped an entire letter grade because they didn't use Swanson's Common Copy Errors. That's available for free on the Titanium site. Why do people not use it? I don't know. It's a mystery to me. In the summer classes, I had people on their final exam that were making mistakes that were on my Common Copy Errors sheet, and they were making mistakes that are in here. They made them throughout the class. They made them on the final exam. They lost lots of points. Some of those people dropped an entire letter grade at the end of the class. I don't have the answer. It's a mystery to me. So anyway, what I'm saying here is writing is hard. This is going to be a tough class. Buckle your seatbelt, as Betty Davis said in the movies. Buckle your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night. Yeah, it's going to be a bumpy semester because this is hard. I learned to write PR writing one time. I wasn't born with this stuff. It's hard to do this. But I'm here to help you, and I'm going to give you as many answers as I possibly can, and I'm going to lay all my cards on the table so you know what's happening here. I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you to get better. But I also have the viewpoint that this is where you start your writing experience as a future public relations professional. This is not where writing experience stops and ends. You're starting here. You're becoming a better writer. I don't expect perfection. Not at all. I expect to see improvement. I expect to see significant improvement over the 16 weeks of this semester. And I expect that you will take the initiative, because this is an asynchronous online class. I expect you will take the initiative to do what you have to do to improve. Now, I'll answer your questions. Anytime you got a question, I'm here. And I encourage discussion amongst all of you in the class because that's what it's all about. But at the same time, you've got to take the initiative to do this and to make your skills better and to become the writer you need to be in your capstone course, because the capstone course is going to kick your butt anyway. But it'll doubly kick your butt if you're not a good writer. And that's why there is a C letter grade required for you to pass this class to get into the capstone course, because if you can't get a C in this class, you are not prepared for your capstone. So there you have it. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about is the team. You are required to join a team in this class because half of your assignments, 5 of them, will be team-based assignments. Now you're saying, oh, wait a minute, this is an online class. How do we meet in a team? That's up to you. Take the initiative, figure it out. I'm going to give you instructions for Google Drive so that you can collaborate in Google Drive if you want to do it that way. Do you want to meet at Starbucks and work there? Hey, great. Go for it. You want to do a conference call? However you want to do it, that's up to you to figure it out. But figure it out, because you've got to work in a team. Because the teams that really didn't work in teams, it shows up really quickly in the work and the grades drop, and I don't want to see that happen to you. So get together, figure out how to do it, communicate, whether it's in the virtual world or in the real world, so that you and your team can do those 5 assignments that you need to do. Note, texting is not collaboration. And over the semesters in the past, teams that tried to collaborate by text didn't work. You've got to really have discussions. You're communication students. You guys know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Now, you may be going, oh, I hate teamwork. Okay, I understand that. But in the public relations world that we're in today, most of your work will be in a team. Think about it. You've got people in your office, whether you're in an agency or in-house PR or wherever you are. You've got an office team that you're communicating with. You have a client that you're communicating with. You're communicating about publics and audiences out there in the real world. You're going to be on teams. That's just the way it is. I have a student who graduated just a couple of years ago. She's an account executive with Fleischman Hillard. She's on 7 teams. 7 teams. And she's based here in California. Some of those teams are overseas. One of her teams is in Europe. Hey, that's just the reality. You get on Skype, you get on conference call, you get on an interactive web page. You do what you have to do to work in teams, because public relations work happens in teams. So you're going to get some practice here in this class. You're going to enjoy this class. If you really take the initiative and get into it, you're going to enjoy this class. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to see a great improvement in your writing skills. You're going to write all different kinds of things in here that you will be using in your capstone course and in your internship and in your future as a PR person. You're going to be writing memos. You're going to be writing a public service announcement. You're going to be doing news releases. You're going to be doing a social media plan. You're going to be doing all kinds of really cool stuff. So this is going to be a great experience for you. Just make sure, as I said at the beginning of this video, make sure that you are preparing and doing the things you need to do right now. Download the syllabus, print it off, take a look at it. Look around at Titanium, see what's going on there and where all the materials are, and make sure you can navigate this course. Make sure you join a team, do that right away, so that you can start communicating with others on your team. Go ahead and take a look ahead at the assignments that are in the class. The class is organized by topic, and so you can kind of compare the calendar that's at the end of the syllabus with the topics in Titanium and see what you got coming up. Make sure you get those books, and please look at Swanson's Common Copy Errors. Print a copy off, because if you don't, you're going to lose a lot of points. And I'll say I told you so, and I hate to say I told you so. Anyway, this is what it's all about. It's going to be a fun class. You're going to learn a lot. Let me know if you have any questions. FAQ, frequently asked questions, is where you can post them. When I have stuff I need you to know about, I'll post it in the announcements area so that you'll get an email on it. And I do have office hours, so you can come see me. You can come see me at the Fullerton campus, or you can come see me at the Irvine campus, which is home to Practical Advantage Communications, Cal State Fullerton's student-run advertising and public relations agency. And if you didn't know about that, you're going to hear more about it this semester. Okay? Thanks a lot.